Hi, mamas. I'm here today to give you a nice video instead of a regular post on Mamapreneur Monday. Here with me today is the owner and creator of my magic wand that I've been bragging about since forever. Hi, Mallence.
Hi, Ali. How are you doing?
I am great. How is Florida treating you?
Warm.
Warm. So we're here today for the mamas. Wanted to talk again about this magic wand, Secret Array Crystal. When was the first time that you experienced it, heard about it?
Mm, I was about 24 years old, relatively clueless about holistic health, healing, body care, beauty. And I came across it through a friend who was like roaming in the jungles of Asia and had brought this to my attention without further explanation. So I tried it. Um, Well, unfortunately, I exceeded the recommended application time, because at that time I didn't believe so much in natural products, And yeah, so my experience was a bit not worrisome from my perspective now, but at the time where I didn't know, how long would this tightening like that last. I had just overdone it, so that was my first experience with it. I panicked a little bit. I thought, whoa.
So then you came to love
There
it.
was supposed to be an opening.
Close down, close shut. I understand. So how does it really work? Like you insert it inside, you wetting
Insert
it?
it for 1 minute.
Do you insert the
One.
whole thing?
I mean, it has a certain ergonomic shape because everybody's vagina is really different, Like Asian women have much shorter cervix, so you insert it to wherever you feel comfortable.
So you can grab it basically at the end and then take it
Yeah,
out.
you should leave enough out for you to pull it out,
I
without.
understand. I understand. Wow. So tell us. Okay, it's tightening. Tell us a little about the proliferation process that everybody is
Right.
dreading about.
A lot of, like, from a man's perspective, they love the tightening, but and a lot of women focus on that. However, I feel why this product is such an asset is really the hygienic and health benefits, because when your center, I would say the center of any organism is balanced, then the entire organism is balanced, and basically our womb, our vagina is the opening to our womb, to our center, where we as women create life, life in the form of another human being, but also it's the seat of our
You're in the mamas
sacral
group.
sacral chakra, where we create basically pretty much everything. It's the seat of our creativity, and so to cleanse it, I feel is very important. I'm a very hygienic person, and so I really believe in cleansing all your openings and holes and parts of your body. So I feel it's only logical to cleanse that part of our bodies that performs such an important function every month.
So the
Like a
shedding.
potential life is created, and to mineralize it and nurture it with the minerals and crystals and herbal extracts and secret ceres makes sense. And as a result, the dead skin cell in the vagina will shed. It's like every metabolism and cell renewal system of every body is different. From my experience, it happens after 24 hours. For some people, it takes a bit longer. And then the dead skin cells are shed out. People are a little bit, oh my God, by that. But when you go for a pedicure, you really do the same thing. You remove dead skin before you get to the point where you paint your nails. Everything else would make no sense,
Makes
But when it
sense.
comes to a vagina, it's like people almost do not want to deal with it or address it. And then they're surprised that they have imbalances. They suffer from, every second woman suffers from human papillomavirus. That should not be normal, but according to statistics, it's normal. Then gynecologists, they even like kind of say that it's normal for the vagina to have a certain smell. I disagree, and I think it's disgusting. I also think that you should cleanse the vagina internally, because it's similar to the mouth. It's a mucous skin, it's an environment that invites bacteria. It's warm, it's moist, and they argue, okay, the vagina is self-cleansing, but we're living in the 21st century, so is the mouth with our saliva. But just think back to the time before the toothbrush was introduced, and people, especially in the Western world, were suffering of ulcers and all kind of infections in their mouth. It's the same for vaginas. The women just don't take care of it properly. That's why they're suffering of all these conditions, constantly running to gynecologists. I don't go there. I don't even have time for that. I don't have the need to go, because it's just balanced in it.
So tell me, the shedding is basically a concentration of the discharge that already comes out of us?
Basically, usually women discharge, whitish discharge that women experience. It's basically discharging the dead skin cells. That's why it has a whitish color, because it's dead skin, in the vagina. And so since the skin comes out at once, the dead skin, there is not that regular discharge, because the vagina is not required to constantly flush. So women would probably initially experience a drier sensation to what they're used to, except when they're aroused. And of course, because it's remineralized, it's nurtured, the juices can flow. They get more.
It only dries out for the minute when the secret ray is working. After that, when the dead skin is off, it's like, baby, I felt like a new virgin in a positive way. And no, seriously, I know, like the positive virgin effect, I call it, right? No, but seriously, this magic wand is not only for the inside of us, it's also great for external use. I mean, I've been using it on my wrinkles here. I mean, I'm 40 and it's almost not there. Crow's feet are gone. My husband, I put it on his scar. He had a huge melanoma. They took it out. The scar was fresh, approximately a year old. And the scar tissue was really thick, like when it's fresh, when it just like, we're using it since, let's say, 5 months now. It's not thick anymore. It's a flat scar.
So I also use it on scars, and if I get pimples, because basically since I use the product, I have perfect skin, and before my skin was not like that.
How old are you? Tell us.
I'm 31 years old, and I don't use any more makeup or have to conceal because I don't have the blemishes, especially dark skin. When we scar, it discolors, and we have darker scars. So in the past, I would always conceal, and I don't have to do that anymore, because what women also in the Western world fail to realize, here everything is geared at tackling the symptoms instead of addressing the root cause. And our reproductive system as women, it's responsible for the production of our hormones, our hormonal balance. So basically when we finish growing, we don't produce any more growth hormones. And alongside with that, the production of all the other hormones gradually decreases, So lack of estrogen in your system, this basically doesn't allow your skin to store as much moisture, so the skin breaks and we develop wrinkles. So basically what the product does, since it naturally remineralizes and nurtures that environment, the environment can function at full capacity and naturally kind of counteract that decrease, and especially in today's world where women are confronted with a lot of stress that's not really conducive to their nature as a woman. They work in a man's environment, they work like a man often. It really creates a lot of stress for women, and hormones, they're also responsible for our mood. So basically, because you balance your hormones your skin will naturally be perfect. And women that suffer from impurities around their mouth, it's all related to a vaginal imbalance anyways. It's just like in reflexology or Ayurveda or whatever, you know exactly what is represented by what, and you know this area, if a woman has impurities around this area, because
Right.
basically
But
it isn't.
one really, really, really big aspect, I think, especially for our little mamas, is after giving birth, using the crystal. You heard a lot of success stories of your customers,
Yeah.
and tell us about it, how it works.
I have not given birth, so I'm not talking from experience. However, I talk from firsthand experience that customers have shared with us. Women that use it during pregnancy, they're usually happy that they can use this in order to combat infections, because the uterus is more open. You know, women are more prone to infections, like from warts, vaginal warts, to bacterial infection, to streptococci. We had one lady, she used it, she was diagnosed with streptococci B, which can be fatal for the fetus when they spread, and she decided to try the product before using antibiotics, which can also be harmful for the child. And
Of course.
she actually surprised the doctors because the streptococci B could not be traced in her blood anymore, and usually the antibiotics only diminish it in order to
So
not
it's
put the
fully
child at
organic.
risk. It's 100% natural. I personally, I drink it. I don't use any medication since over a decade. Not one pill. And whenever I suffer, and I personally use it when I have malaria, with dengue fever, you name it, with things that are considered quite serious, I use it, food poisoning, and it always works faster than conventional medicine.
That's
But that
awesome.
is my personal decision. I feel for a woman
Mhm.
during pregnancy, she really has to make that decision herself, what she will introduce into her system. We can't make that decision for any woman. So
That's
we as manufacturers do not recommend it to be used during pregnancy, just because it's considered such a high risk and critical state
right.
already. You know,
Definitely the decision of
women
every
that use it at their own risk, they
woman.
have reported tremendous results. Also after pregnancy, the women that use it, their uterus, their reproductive system rejuvenates and regenerates much faster, probably at twice the speed than under normal conditions. So it's a great aid to retone, recontract your reproductive system.
Talking about an organic pelvic toner here.
Yeah, with the benefit that with this one you don't have to do much. Right? The other one you have to
Definitely. And
like the PC muscle and exercise, but this one is the
that's
pelvic toner for the
awesome.
lazy ones.
I love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Mallence. It was, again, as always, a pleasure talking to you and hopeful insights on your business. And yeah, girls, you get $10 off of every crystal. Mallence is giving us a great heads up. And I will post the website and everything on the comments. Love you all. Mallence, mwah! Say hi to
Bye.
Florida, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.